this right? Curious Incubus. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Curious Incubus says, been a long time since I've showed up on stream. Here's a full album. This is Foxing's self-titled. I see. It's a self-reflective album of indie emo and noise rock written around an artist breaking down after a decade-long career of missing the mark. Oh, shit. It is really sad. It's a self-reflective album of somebody after basically a decade with their career missing the mark constantly. Interesting. All right, well, let's see what we pull from this. It's album time, ladies and gentlemen. Album time. You know what that means? It means it's time for an album. Oh, this came out last year? Oh, cool. All right, so this is like brand new. 13 tracks. It is 56 minutes long, and it's all of varying length. Let's see where it goes. First song, Secret History. Hello?
They took all your money, didn't they? They count the tired arms from the pool. They pissed on your dreams, didn't they? Wondered if you come back and give a little more. Make your mother proud, you've got to. Make your mother proud, you've got to. Sharpen the
Are these all things that he's telling himself? Like, immediately starting off the album this way by saying, like, you blew your shot, kind of, and you need to make your mother proud, and anything in this sort of realm of needing to succeed and feeling like you didn't live up to it. I mean, Jesus, the sound of this is completely, like, distorted and destroyed.
dreams, pay them violently, ride them quietly. Secret history.
Okay. Holy sh...
Sharpen those dead dreams, pay them violently, ride them quietly. Secret history.
So this song, Secret History, is extraordinary. The idea of secret history being that it's like your own path being a secret history, you know, and the meaninglessness of it all, and the helpless, hopeless feeling of it all, and the emotional breakdowns of this song really come in the form of the entire song erupting into something that is just really like intense and visceral. I feel like this first song has a lot of color, but also works like on its own as a song and is an extraordinary opener. I hope that they continue doing creative stuff like this, and it doesn't just now turn into a emo, post hardcore album. I'm really hoping that they continue with some interesting or out of the box ideas, because this is a hell of a start. Smiley Ball, 9 out of 10. Yeah, yeah, very very good. Um, I hope that also the rest of the songs on this album are as easy to understand as this one was, because this was like beautifully like just the writing on the wall. It's very obvious. It's not very cryptic. L99. Is this all there is? L99 kind of feels like a song that my interpretation, at least being from what I can hear of the lyrics, that there is kind of an idea that like this 1999 time period was a point of struggle and a point to maybe start the album at, whereas the first song is, you know, addressing the overarching feelings of failure and isolation. This one is kind of like the pinpoint 1999. Here's where everything started going wrong, where everything was feeling. I couldn't tell what he was saying. Is it everyday torture, everyday thinking? There was some phrase that was being shouted that kind of all just hammered in a feeling of like a Groundhog's Day, you know, like a constant rehashing of the same torturous existence. And yeah, by the end of it, I gotta say, I liked it quite a lot. I do think that the previous song was a lot clearer and easier to pull apart, but I don't think that that means that this one is worse by any metric. I just think that the surprise of that previous song really set the bar like high in terms of the creativity, and I feel like this song, you know, is kind of more traditional in what I'd expect from an album like this, but still with its own little twists and turns here and there to give it a nice little tinge of color. Smiley Ball, 8 out of 10. Look up this album. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, people fuck with it. Spit. Spit aesthetically honestly reminds me more of something from Heaven or Las Vegas than anything else. Um, if you get rid of the stylistic choices, I just kind of mean with the fact that I think that this one's all about the emotional ups and downs of the vocals over an instrumental that I think is very dynamic and interesting. What I'm trying to say is it's managing to stay different enough for me to finally, not like there is a certain gravity with albums, where the longer they go, if they just continue to do the same thing over and over, I'm yawning. But it's like if I'm not getting enough in terms of the change of pace and being able to follow along with lyrics, then they can easily just become too muddy. And things start to blend together. And I feel like Spit is honestly kind of forecasting that a little bit. While also simultaneously at the same time stylistically different enough for me to say that I enjoyed it. I give it a smiley ball, though I'm starting to feel a little less confident in terms of exactly how I feel about these tracks, at least with this one. So let's see where it goes moving on from here. Losing Faith, haven't... Yeah, lyrics are good when I pick them up. Oh, finally, lyrics. Look at that. Greyhound. Alright, got something kind of 80s going on. It's 8 minutes. Oh, shit. Yo, we good? What's up? Thanks everyone for who decided to stick around. Yep, it is streams, you know how it goes. They get shut down, we got to bring them back up. And yeah, that's the pattern. So party. All right, let me get this get all this set up. Okay, cool. We should be good now. Okay. With that being said, Greyhound. Let's go back a little bit so that people know what the fuck's going on. What's up, Bobo? This is the first time I'm on stream. What's up, Gab? John Cena's a platinum artist? Is it because of his one song?
Like a blue grazing
Oversized and underfed, huh?
I had a chance to amend what was wrong, but the wrong was still to come. So the well had run aground, heaving breaths over time, soothed itself like a child until it disintegrated. I admit it meant nothing to me.
Lyrics are depressing, but they hit home for you. I especially like the part where he's talking about his phone being beautiful and how much it loves him. That's kind of this part of saying, like, you know, it's like losing yourself to it.
I've been feeling like my peak is in my past, and
Greyhound is this excellent song that I feel like illustrates just hopelessness extremely well and the many sort of sides of it. And I like that it takes its time, as I feel like, once again, I'll argue that, these albums have a gravity of things feeling like mush if they're not, going in enough different or creative directions. And so far, I am extremely impressed that it is somehow sidestepping that by giving me, well, lyrically, pretty much the exact same thing that I've been getting since the first track, but in a way that's different. In a way that's different enough for me to say that I felt it differently. And because of that, I love it. Smiley Bull, one of the best of the whole album. There's a kite by then. Yeah, Greyhound's fantastic. Next song, Cleaning. I'd give it about, if I had to score it, like an 8+.
I came home from a week of race. Sorry I left you soaking in days. We're still afraid to ask how you spent the time. I swore I heard his nails clicking on the kitchen tile. The house is a mess, but I know the broom is so heavy.
The broom is heavy and the house is a mess, huh?
I need to exist, but I don't think I'm ready. Not yet, don't clean the floor just yet. Don't sweep me all the way.
Oh, wow.
Not yet, don't clean the floor just yet. Keeping me in the wood grain. Not yet, don't clean the floor just
Cleaning is a nice, desolate piece that, again, I only am really caring about whether or not this album is not giving me the same shit served over and over and over again, and right now it is succeeding at that with really creative and interesting ideas. So Smiley Bowl, for me, I like it. It makes me think about how just depression, like the difficulties of taking care of little things like cleaning, and the overall doom that kind of gives, and it feels like it is completely indulged in that. So, brilliant track. Bread Love from the UK. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for the 5 shekels. I've never seen that. I love how, because every song is transitioning really well. I love how Barking is essentially like the calm down indie rock song of the album, the one that feels probably the cheeriest in tone, but is still quite depressing. Yeah, I think that this is actually just a very strong showing, once again, of diversity. So, very happy.
I lay on a white
Kentucky McDonald's, what a name. Yes, this is my bowl. The previous Kentucky McDonald's.
Glowing arches overhead, in the lap of a paint-chipped clown, fingers tapping his red-hot shoes, torturing medley procession of radios march through the drive-thru, and each melody I hear the violent reminder of you.
When you gotta work at McDonald's when not on tour. I know a lot of people who tour who make less money than, you know, than they spend.
To feel
There's nothing worse than being mediocre, huh? Shit, man. Just that way of thinking itself is a curse. Can't help but feel bad, you know? Wow, flawless transition into Looks Like Nothing. The song was kind of almost like a Sinatra-esque grand, you know, like statement. Average drive-through at McDonald's experience.
Through my eyes, collected on my thigh. I blend the lows and the highs until they all become one rush. That's what I wanted it to feel like. I wanted it to feel like.
Wow.
That's what I wanted it to feel like. I wanted it to feel like. The world seemed like a choir. I'll get out of top with nobody counting down. With nobody counting down. Making it too close.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. This can go over this desire for appreciation. Oh, yeah, it's like looking for nothing, desiring for appreciation. That actually does make a lot of sense. Yeah, these songs are starting to really just feel like these calls for wanting. And here's the thing. There's one thing about like having a bad or not a bad legacy, a legacy that is not what you desired it to be. And you know, you can make music about that, but this doesn't sound like failure. This sounds like the sound of devastation, like of truly falling past the point, you know, of like no return. And I think that they are doing this sound incredibly well. I feel like Looks Like Nothing builds really nicely. It says here that they incorporate Midwest emo, post rock, pensive indie rock. Yeah, I like this song. I feel like in terms of the way that it goes around, reminds me honestly of a lot of like post rock that I've heard in my life, that kind of builds and, you know, lives in that emptiness and tries to indulge itself throughout it. And I think it's incredibly powerful, and it's just super effective. So Smiley Ball. More about dreaming it. Yeah, but it's like still that longing, you know what I mean? That longing for something. But I feel like combining it with the idea of this album where it's like, what were you saying in the beginning? Let me just double check. Get it exactly right. Right and around an artist breaking down after a decade-long career of missing the mark. It like sounds like cause and effect. You know what I mean? So this is like part of that to me, is that feeling like things are woeful, but also wishing for them to be better. But again, wishing for it to be better and making art that really reflects the importance of that are two completely different things. And the fact that this band is actually putting in the work, putting in the effort to make it work, is remarkable. So yeah, love what I'm hearing. I mean, this album so far is, I mean, what are we like? Yeah, we're in the last 5 songs right now. So it's almost done. Like, you know, all things considered. Oh my God, Jesus. Gratitude. Bags on me or on the statue. Been working those hard nights. That hustle. This has the most linear and familiar song structure. I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh my god. Huh. Gratitude is possibly the best song on this album. I think it's the third time I've said this. No, this is the second time I've said this. It is so creative and out there and glitchy and disturbed. Love the lyrics here. Shouting them out like out and hoping that somebody hears them, it feels like, is not at all what I would picture when it comes to Gratitude. This song honestly has the brightest and happiest sound, but maybe the most screwed up possible use of effects with that glitching the vocals out and having them stutter like that. I feel like creates a feeling of unease and something being incorrect and needing to change it, you know? So it's almost like an ironic title. But I love it. I love pretty much everything about this. So Smiley Ball. And a 9. Ooh, this is getting intense. All right.
Sleep, sweet dream. Syrupy dread. I'd love to live, but I smell death. Deep regret. Uncut blood pressure test. But I smell
What's up, baby? I like how ideas. I like how ideas from each track flow into the next. Yes, I know it's amazing. It starts specifically from a spot that the previous song was laying on, but here's the thing: the biggest problem with that is usually bands like do that, and then it doesn't feel like the songs are complete. But like because there's so much love in terms of like making sure the structuring of these tracks work, you know, like these grand opuses like come through, and I feel like you don't know what you're getting next. It never feels like some sort of cheap way of, you know, forcing an album to flow together. It rather feels like a almost a challenge in a way for each of these songs and gives it even more of a punch and a reason for existence. So Absolutely agree. I guess that's kind of like an interlude. I don't know. Weird song. Don't hate it though. Dead Internet. Next song. The previous one, light Smiley Ball. Fantastic band live. That Internet Theory, I thought the same thing. I gotta say, I'm not completely impressed by Dead Internet or the Dead Cat either. Was that what it was called? Yeah, Dead Cat and Dead Internet. But I feel like they kind of feel like extensions after Gratitude. You know, sonically, it seems like Gratitude opened up like a box of ideas when it comes to electronics and fuzziness and just distortion. And it seems like these following two tracks are playing into that. So they kind of feel like extensions of it, if anything. So the fact that I'm not too crazy about them, I don't really think affects my enjoyment because I'm kind of amazed that this album is having a sense of metamorphosis and it is kind of changing in interesting ways. Everything good that's been accomplished and seen on the internet erased by cynicism and apathy. Yeah. And also at the same time, you know, Dead Internet is like literally it's like a snake eating itself right now. So, you know, there's that about it as well. Love the album art. Oh yeah, the album art is really symbolic of that feeling of like a lost, like the prophet with the eyes put out. You know what I mean? It's like a feeling that like Rome is dead. You know, I guess that's kind of why these Dead songs work for what they are. Even though I'm not crazy about them musically, I appreciate them being here, both these tracks. All of Frozen Heads. It's the most conventional. I mean, it's 6.5 minutes. So how conventional can it be? Listen, I don't mind a conventional song, especially considering at first I was expecting just like gimmicks this whole album. Like, you don't know how happy I am. Like, I thought that, like, I hear the first song and I'm amazed by it, and I'm like, okay, so it's a post-hardcore album, or something with like a lot of screaming and a lot of compression. And the fact that it ended up actually like transcending that by so many degrees is wonderful. Like, just wonderful.
Says I am untender. When you find me dead on the beach, I'm beautiful, futile but dutiful, to pattern and duplication by breathing. Best not to question success of the species. Don't you feel trivial? Or is it me just feeling like comic relief? Who's there?
Exactly. Inferno.
obsessed with what
How long
if
is
you
this
said
album?
is.
It's like the perfect length.
What doesn't matter?
I know it's not what you asked, but what you
What
meant.
doesn't matter?
But still.
Doesn't matter. What doesn't matter? What doesn't matter? What doesn't matter? That's a good point.
Doggy? Doggo in the studio? You said that's a good boy. All of Frozen Heads, I mean, from the name alone is like, kind of gives this chilling feeling, you know what I mean? But I think the fact that the song itself is as cold and slow as it is, it literally could like land on a singer-songwriter album. And the fact that it's from this album is amazing, and the fact that it's done so well and the emotion is so real and vivid, and the lyrics are actually hitting where they're supposed to be hitting, makes this feel like a full experience. And yeah, I like it. I'm honestly just riding on a bit of a high with this album. Like, at this point, it would have to really screw up. I mean, this is what, the second to last song? It's got one song left. Oh no, it's Melanie Martinez's song. Okay, well then never mind. All right, it's over, you guys. All right, well, pack it up. We tried, okay? Not, but seriously. Final song, Cry Baby.
If I could, I'd start over again. It's been fun, but I'd change everything. But there's you smiling when I come home. Yeah, there's you on the other side of the phone. And so I shut it down and lock it up. If I could, I would live my life twice. And the next, spend each second at your side. Drain our days, dancing every inch of the house until we've all but worn our shoes and hardwood down. And so I shut it down and lock it up. So
I look like Zach Hill. Nice.
Okay, I don't think the song is as good as it could be, but it's coming along.
Yo, I thought that was me for a second. I think having the face of someone who's extremely successful and good at what they did as the album cover is wishful thinking. Makes sense to me. I didn't even know Internet Anarchist was a stan of the channel. But here we are in 2025. Anything can happen. It's miracles. So that was Crybaby, the final song of the album. And in my opinion, I think it pretty how do I say this? Like, it's not the grand closer that I guess I was expecting, because there have been elements of post-rock of this album, and there's also been, the post-hardcore, and I feel like a lot of these different albums will usually go for something explosive emotionally as sort of the grand finale of it, and maybe part of me kind of sees a reality in which that happens as the preferable reality to the reality we live in with the song Crybaby. Yeah, I still think that this kind of gets the point across that things are shaky and upsetting, and this almost feels like a critique of the self, of like throughout this entire album it's been, talking about feeling sad about, something like a career or not having your full potential reached. So it's kind of like putting the cap on the whole thing, if you will. So regardless, beautiful song, all things considered. Smiley Ball, I think a very good closer to this album. Very Curious Incubus. The final track is a reflection of the entire narrative presented on this album, packing your emotions in anguish because nobody wants to deal with a crybaby. Oh, it's like so then it's kind of like the tragic fall of everything, because nobody wants to hear it, and you're essentially labeled a crybaby for talking about your issues and opening up. What's nice about this album and the reception of it is clearly people don't think that way. This thing has received pretty universal praise, and it's hard not to see why. I really like this. I think that it's rare that we kind of get albums that are like these, where it's a band that's willing to dip their toes a little bit into everything, but also do it like very well. Sad that I missed out on this one for last year, considering it was a release of last year. But yeah, I'm going to give this album overall a 8 minus. Yeah, I'm impressed with the creativity quite a lot. Found this to be way better than I expected. Even the tracks that I feel like weren't the most exciting in the world, like Cleaning, for example, still stood for something and meant something in this album. Even Dead Cat kind of was this weird one-off interlude that's just like howling about things not being the way that they're supposed to be, incoherently almost. And then, yeah, I feel like Crybaby is the closer that is more like the one that we didn't know we needed, but yet we kind of got it, and it makes sense. So, yeah. All right. With that being said, right? By the way, I was scrolling, speaking of Internet Anarchist, if he's still here, I was scrolling on a random video. What was the video? It was something recently, and I just saw his comment there. It's like an internet jump scare. It should be the actual name of the channel. Internet Jump Scare. Bailey, thank you. All right. I am going to take a quick break to reset after the album and to just, get things all shuffled and put together. Thank you again, Curious Incubus. Yes, thank you. Holy shit. That was a really fun one. All right. It's fun. It's fun because I like the misery of it all. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you in a second.